Viewers, you are watching the Policy Times, India's only channel on policy advocacy and activism. I have with me Dr. P Sekhar. He's an expert and scholar and a businessman, and working closely with the current government and all governments to come, and previously also. And he has been advising the government on many policy making issues, especially the last scheme of smart city and blue economy. And he is a scholar and expert on this too. Dr. Sekhar, welcome to the Policy Times, and thank you so much for the view, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Dr. Sekhar, how do you see, what were the reasons behind the landslide victory of BJP getting 303 seats and the NDA in total, NDA alliance getting 353?
You see, as far as I could see, I had sort of predicted this long back. One was the government was very clear in the policy. The second was it had achieved some things which were very difficult to achieve. Now, what is it that they achieved? They achieved the type of confidence which no Indian had in the past, especially when you see from the international point of view. From the Indian point of view, the demonetization was not good. Demonetization is, of course, a tricky issue because it did give rise to a lot of problems. But GST is something which has really united India into a single country. Whatever is the problem, people had more problem before GST than after GST. Any tax ban is always an unwelcome thing for any entity. So anything on tax matter, when it is touched, it is going to have its own implication. But GST has done more good than bad. Yes, there are problems, but which will, for a country of the size which India has got, with so many states and so many pressures and pulls and so on and so forth, I think GST has done extremely well. Whereas I may not say the same thing about demonetization. In demonetization, yes, it was a tricky, in a way, minor failure and some success, because it was said to be something which was raking in black money. I don't think any black money really came. Okay. And after demonetization, again, a lot of storing has taken place. So many ATMs have gone dry because people are taking all the cash and putting the cash in. And there, the whatever little thing which are not done, not properly put in properly by government, was that it was like as if they are catching a thief. Everybody with any cash transaction is a thief, which probably slightly boomerang. Okay. Public suddenly knew that when I'm using cash for my own household, I should not look like a black money holder. So which was something which is not correct. And second, of course, what demonetization did do was that places where Indian currencies were being printed, they all disappeared. As we know, many of those type of people had to commit suicide in other countries. I will not mention the name of the countries. So to that level, some good things have happened. But demonetization is 50-50, whereas GST is extremely good. The foreign policy and the confidence of an Indian from all aspects has gone really high. Today, an Indian is proud of what he is, which many of the government, I had a privilege of working with many government, right at the different level. But this government did bring out a policy by which we are proud. We are doing what we are doing, and not that we are proud because we are not doing. We are proud of the past. We are proud of what we are going to achieve. I myself had the privilege of being the first software technology park director. And people used to say, oh, India has got a cheap labor. First, I said, please remove the word cheap. India does not have a cheap labor. India has got a cost-effective labor. And even I introduced the concept of India being a superpower in software. And today, many things have been achieved. Now, this government is taking this type of pragmatic and practical view of Indian and what Indians can offer, and Indians can offer proudly. We need not be a back office for somebody else permanently. That way, I know things are really good. Now, coming to the whatever 300 plus and 350 plus achievement, even Congress has achieved more than 400 seats at some time. So many of the sentiments of the people cannot be only seen by the number of votes. So even with a little less votes, this government was doing something. And the other government people, for their own good, they were harping on things which are not good. Even this government, some portion of whatever they did were harping on non-development issues. But there are more development things which are being publicized, which are being said. The number of things which have been built right from the roads, railways to airports to everywhere. And believe me, this was started by the previous government. We cannot just simply say that all previous governments are bad and only this government is, which is not really the right tempo to begin with. Yes, accelerated work this government did do, and that was appreciated by people. So if the negative things had not been said, this would have even crossed Congress 400 record, which was in probably in 84 or 90.
Now, sir, compared to the first tenure, what are the policy priority changes you are going to see in this, or people are going to see in this second term? Do you see there will be some massive changes from the first?
Lot of changes. See, in the first 5 years, they have understood what to do, and they have done sampling. If you see, suppose my own field of smart city and blue economy and all. Now, in smart city, they had 100 smart cities. What is good and what is bad is at least they could know that what is the meaning of smart city. At least we know that smart city means it is not only putting a Wi-Fi in various stadiums. It is smart city means people's convenience, people's comfort, people wherever they are. Even if they are in a village, they should have the comfort of having the technology, of having the right technology at the right place. It need not be that everywhere we use artificial intelligence and remove people from job. So with that purview, some 100 smart cities were announced. Today, this regime, they will announce almost every district to be a smart city and every village to be a smart village. You be prepared for an announcement where they will make 3 lakh smart villages and maybe at least 500 smart cities. And many of them will be on the rural areas. It will not be an existing city being renamed as smart city. Okay. And this will have huge requirement of funds. And there again, even I myself have got a principle called secured governance, where without government putting money, how the money comes from the system by the simple value addition principle. Okay. So by this money is there in the system, it is not black money. It is a system which gives the value addition, which gives you the valuation and which gives the money into the system. So that will definitely come in picture. Already some 25, 26 smart cities are going under that purview as a sample which is going on. And it is highly successful, which will get into a real life multiplication. On blue economy front, we have got 1,300 islands. Now this government already has made as a sampling in the first regime, they have formed a committee for Island Development Authority. Today, islands itself can give, as per one of my books, $1 trillion, whereas we are spending 50,000 crores to maintain the island. Now, if we capitalize and tap it up, the type of progress India will have, it will race into a different league of growth, which most of the countries are not growing. So with that purview, first, whatever has been done in the first 5 years is a sample, and now there will be multiplication. This is what is going to happen. For every aspect of growth, now already Gadkari has announced that he will try to link right from Ganga Kaveri. Okay. Now even people are surprised. Kaveri means it is Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has really voted them out. So they are not political minded. They say something should be done good for the country, means it is a country. It is not a question of who voted me, who didn't vote me. Okay. So that portion is good of this government. They are not going to be that vengeful. You didn't vote me, so I am not going to do anything. It's not going to be their purview. And I'm sure they're going to. I have personally had a 2-hour meeting with Narendra Modi in his Gujarat tenure. And I know his approach is not parochial, not something which is being publicly said about. First thing he told me was whether Congress does or somebody is done, development has to be done. And anything which is said, he does it. Professionally, he does not wait for something to happen. Same meetings, within the meeting or getting over, you'll find letters coming from various places and work is done. So that's the way the government works. And I'm sure the second tenure is going to be much more felt in India and also globally.
Excellent. Sir, the third important aspect that we need to now see is that the new government will form. The next week we will see the government will form. Do you think some major changes in the ministerial portfolios, or it will be pretty much same?
See, yesterday only, if you have seen Prime Minister's speech, he said many other newspapers are going to define his new cabinet. I think we should leave it to him because he is going to purposely make some changes. He will have his own stamp by which he will have surprises. But majority will be same.
Majority.
Minority, there will be surprises. Okay, who believes somebody called Mr. Kovind will be the president of India? I don't think till the week of announcement, there was almost 200 names just going around, not this name. Same way, you are going to have some major surprises, but the major surprises will be on minor. About 3 or 4 portfolios, you'll suddenly find who is this person coming in picture. Rest all majority will be same. All have performed very well, and they know the rule of the game. And he's a strict taskmaster. Anything on the front of national growth, he will leave everything, but he will see that it is done. So that question better be in terms of strictly answering the question. 50% should be same. 50% maybe some changes.
So now your last comment on how do you see this next 5 year going to be for India?
See, next 5 years going to be one of the starting point of India's golden age. Now, India has gone through almost 800 years of subservience, and I would not say the last 70 years is bad, even the way this government is making out. The last 70 years has been the initial seeding point. Last 5 years has been a reaping point, sample reaping, and this will be the one which will start. This will be the next 100 years of real growth of India. This is not going to be a one-shot affair that something is going to happen tomorrow. There will be, as I said, right till the village level thing going, and these are all going to be 50, 100-year type program. But it will have a core beginning from this year, and of course there will be shocks and surprises of weather being not so good, or some ball-like thing which are happening in various countries and in our own borders. They will also be in for some surprises. But on the whole, it will be a golden period for India.
Okay. So with this word, we would like to conclude the interview. So this will be next 5 years will be the beginning of the golden period of India, as Dr. Sekhar says. This just to summarize. So the portfolio would be pretty much same as we see. The 50% the old ministers will be there, or maybe 50% new people will get new portfolios. Second thing, there were some new ministries also. There was some discussion that there will be some new ministries will be introduced, just like in the previous tenure we saw the Minister of Skill Development. So now we have been hearing that there will be a separate Minister of Artificial Intelligence and Blockchain, Artificial Intelligence primarily. So definitely Modi has come back with a landslide mandate by the people, and a lot to see forward. Dr. Sekhar, thank you so much for the interview, and we'll be in touch with you for the future.